Round 2 against opponent who is a flake shaver, which means he probably is not very good at shaving. But this hand seems fine. Like any hand with 2 lands in it, it's usually pretty good. Since this is like 2 lands is basically all you really need to operate and like tempo out the opponent. I mean, obviously, as we saw that last game, sometimes you need, more than 2 lands. But if you get a decent start, then quite often you don't. So I really like Gitaxian Probe because it lets you know what you're supposed to do with on turn 2 with regarding like Ninja and like Spell Stutter Sprite and that sort of thing. Alright, we've got started. They're on Affinity. I should probably write this down or use like the snipping tool. I don't have a second monitor, so snipping tool is actually not that useful. So I think on this occasion I am going to be holding up Spell Stutter Sprite for turn 2. I don't really want Atog to come down. On the other hand, they actually can't answer Ninja at all, and I have a snap for the Atog, so I'm immediately reneging on something I just said and ninjaing my way in. Sweet. Also, if they were to crack this Chromatic Star for a red, I think it'd be fairly on board. Unless they're drew a Galvanic Blast, in which case I'd be sad. Get out of here, Atog. Now, I could have attacked first and let them block, and then maybe they'll sacrifice the land. But I kind of want to draw cards. Since I have like multiple sprites already, I need to dig for some sort of answer to like Mirror Enforcer. Ah, they drew a Frogmite. What a beating. Oh well, I'll definitely trade off my Ninja for it though. Gotta cut down on their permanents. I do quite like playing against Affinity in the sense that it's weird how you need to take out their permanents rather than just specifically creatures. Since, all these random artifacts that are lying around are generally quite relevant. I think I'll let this one resolve. So they only have 6 artifacts. And if I play this, then they can't play Mirror Enforcer. I'm gonna brainstorm. I'll put this island back on top and counterspell on top. I normally don't like to show them counterspell, but I know it's possible that I could have not put counterspell there and then like played this other Delver, then draw counterspell next turn. But I think I just lock up the game on the spot if I have it this turn as well. So that was sweet. So we get to bring in Curse of Chains. We get to bring in some Hydroblasts. That's quite a lot of Hydroblasts, but they do normally bring in like red spells also, like their own Pyroblasts, Electricries, and they have Atogs, Galvanic Blasts, and they probably board out some Flings, but that's fine. Get to board in some Annul. And let's see, what are we taking out? Phantasmal Bear's usually the worst one, since, you know, they have a lot of brick walls for the bears, especially on the draw. Like, it's unlikely to get in that often. So we'll do that. And Gitaxian Probes, you know, my life total is actually relevant for a change. I think I can also take out like one ninja, since they tend not to get to hit them very often. And probably just another probe. It does make it a little bit more difficult to hit land drops if I take out some probes, but I brought in a bunch of like 1 mana interactive spells, so hopefully that'll work out. I have to say, the Pauper queues are absolutely riddled with affinity. And yes, that is actually a affinity as opposed to the name for the deck in Modern, which is officially robots now, because, I mean, none of the cards in Modern Affinity have affinity written on the card. So it makes sense to me, right? Do I want to counter that with a Daze? Probably not. Daze is one that's possible to get taken out also. But I felt like I wanted to have 2 lands in play before starting to cast Daze. Alright, did it. So I'm gonna just hold up some instants this turn. Thoughtcast. I think I probably want to counter that, since we're sort of playing an attrition game, and they might well need to be digging for things. Like, if they didn't have like any Frogmites last turn, I don't want them to start drawing into Frogmites and then playing out like Mirror Enforcers and that sort of hoo-ha. So if I preordain, I might fail to hit a land. Whereas I can just hold up counterspells again. Yeah, I'll do that. It's no problem. And if they play any 1 mana artifact, then I'll obviously just fire off this spell starter sprite. Actually, I think I'm just going to cast Daze on this. They're definitely struggling for land drops. And, you know, keeping their permanent count low, still relevant. There's a null, so even if I whiff on land, I think I'm fine. I don't even think I need the Vapor Snag, so I'll just keep up this Delver beatdown, hold up a null, spell starter sprites, counterspell, and I'll probably gush next turn. Yep, I mean, it's been working out so far. Their hand is obviously just full of 2 mana like cantrip ones. Alright. So I'm gonna go ahead, gush here. That's perfect, just drew 2 relevant cards. Drawing some more relevant cards. It's possible that I should have, you know, left it a null on top of my deck to flip my Delver, but I wanted at least the option of annulling something. Oh well, there's a Daze target. And we're like winning with the Insect Elaboration that's in play already. I don't know, maybe that last turn was a bit of a stramash, but whatever, got the job done.